Wargames, which takes place tonight on PLE, is WWE's final main roster PLE of the year. There are currently 4 matches on the card, which I am going to run down. My name is Manlykefresh, and like always, let's go! If any of you would like to be updated on any future videos I'm about to release, or just to follow me in general, you can follow me on X at www.x.com/manlykefresh. Right, let's kick off this prediction video with the women's Wargames match, where it will be a 5 versus 5 match, where the first team of Nia Jax, NXT Call-Up Lash Legends, the new women's tag team champions in Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, and the former women's Intercontinental Champion in Becky Lynch will be taking on the other team of Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, former tag team champions in Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, as well as the Pixie, Mrs. CM Punk, AJ Lee. So, this SmackDown that has just gone, Charlotte Flair defeated Asuka in a 1-on-1 match to get the Wargames advantage, which will mean that whoever starts off in the Wargames cage from each team, the second participant will be from Team Rhea Ripley. So I believe there was a conference where Triple H stated that every Wargames match will have WrestleMania ramifications involved, which means that they're going to be setting up for WrestleMania in both of these matches. So what does that look like? So obviously there's no doubt that Becky Lynch and AJ Lee are going to have some form of intense rivalry in here. Rhea Ripley and Io have issues with the Kabuki Warriors, as well as Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss have issues with the Kabuki Warriors. However, Charlotte Flair is selfish. Rhea Ripley is also selfish. There could be a possibility that them two do not see eye to eye inside the match, which could cost them. Lash Legend's inexperience on the main roster could be a factor, which I believe may be a major factor in this match, as this is Lash Legend's first PLE on the main roster since leaving NXT last month. Becky Lynch's selfishness may result in her exiting the cage, which might cost them to forfeit. If not exit the cage, she might make herself inconspicuous and may not fight anyone other than AJ Lee. What else could happen in here? Kairi Sane and Asuka, I also believe, have issues. It's a matter of time before them two implode. At the moment, Asuka is on a tight ship with Kairi, but it's a matter of time. If they lose their tag team championships, they will fall out. But in regards to this match, after everything that has happened and after everything that has been done to Team Rhea Ripley from the other side, I'm going to give this victory to Team Rhea. I believe Team Rhea will win. I do believe it could possibly be Lash Legend who takes the pinfall, but Team Rhea Ripley to win this match. So La Primera the Women's World Champion in Stephanie Vaquer, and also the Crown Jewel Champion of 2025, will be defending her Women's World Championship against the former Divas Champion and the Hall of Famer, recently turned heel, Nikki Bella. Now, Nikki Bella obviously showed her true colours a couple of weeks ago by attacking Stephanie Vaquer, who has, might I add, been coming out to come and defend Nikki. So I don't know whether it's an act of jealousy or whether it's just an act of selfishness that Nikki decided to stab Stephanie in the back rather than just say, Stephanie, you know what, I want a championship match. But anyway, it makes a more compelling story for a heel and a face as opposed to two faces faced off for a championship. So Nikki Bella has stated that she didn't come back to play second fiddle to anybody. She came here to be the top dog of the female division, and that unfortunately means that Stephanie Vaquer is in the way of Nikki Bella. Now, Nikki Bella has stated that this will be her final run, so Nikki Bella hasn't got much time to waste, so why not go for the championship while she still can? So this should be a very, very good match. Though I do believe, even though Nikki Bella has the experience, I feel Stephanie will probably carry the match a bit more, because Nikki has been her last few matches have been a little bit questionable. But it will be a good match nevertheless. But I think when it's all said and done, Stephanie Vaquer will retain her Women's World Championship. I don't know if that means that this rivalry will come to an end, or maybe it might continue at some Royal Rumble. But for now, Stephanie Vaquer to retain her championship. And in what will be John Cena's final PLE match of his entire career, he'll be defending his newly won Intercontinental Championship against the former Intercontinental Champion in the AAA Mega Champion, Dominic Mysterio, for what I will believe will be a fantastic match. I mean, we saw the match that they had 2 Raws ago where there was an impromptu match where Dominic Mysterio put his championship on the line and John Cena won. This is going to be exactly the same. There's going to be a lot of Eddie Guerrero inspired tactics in there, probably from both men. John Cena's probably going to pay tribute to every opponent that he has ever wrestled and perform every kind of move you can think of on Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio will use every dirty tactic his kayfabe dad used to do, Eddie Guerrero, in the match by probably throwing chairs in. But I do believe that there's going to be some form of interference. Now, whether it's going to be the Judgment Day or whether it's going to be one of John Cena's potential opponents for Saturday night's main events, one of the opponents from the My Time Is Now, or the Last Time Is Now tournament, whether that be Gunther. I can't really see Jey Uso coming out and spoiling the fun, but something's going to happen. And there's been rumours that Edge may be coming to Survivor Series. Why do I keep saying SummerSlam? Survivor Series, shall I say? I said it in the Women's Championship match as well. Yeah, so I do believe some interference is going to happen, which will cost John Cena the Intercontinental Championship, which will then lead to Dominic Mysterio regaining the championship. But this will be due to outside interference, but Dominic to regain his IC Championship. And it's time for the main event. Now it's the men's Wargames match, which I believe will main event Wargames with the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, teaming up with Drew, who have their own rivalry from 2020, where Drew beat him for the WWE Championship, and the Vision, Paul Heyman's Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker, will be teaming up with Mr. Prime, former US champion in Logan Paul, to take on the team of WWE Universal Undisputed Champion, if they're still calling it that, Cody Rhodes, and the newly crowned World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk, from the last Saturday night's main event last month or earlier this month. And we'll be teaming up with the Tribal Chief, the longest reigning Universal Champion in Roman Reigns, and taking on former World Champion in his own right, Jey Uso, and his twin brother, Jimmy Uso. And just like with the Women's Wargames, there was a advantage match which saw Logan Paul get the win this past Monday on Raw. So that means that the second person to come out in the War Game, or the third person to come out in the War Games men's match, will be from Team Brock Lesnar. Now, just like I mentioned in the women's match, they said that War Games will have some ramifications towards a WrestleMania build-up. So, like I mentioned before, Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar have their issues. Based on how Bron Breakker is as a person, I can just see him spearing the living hell out of Brock Lesnar just because he wants to, because he's a psycho, he's a nutter. Over on the Cody side, we have this inner turmoil that Jey Uso has been having. Who knows? Jey Uso may decide to defect to Paul Heyman's team just so he can get the World Heavyweight Championship back. As you can see, every person that works with Paul Heyman becomes a world champion, so you never know. Jimmy might decide to turn on his team. Roman Reigns is always going to be the selfish one in this match. Roman Reigns does what Roman Reigns wants to do. Roman Reigns will be in this for himself. Roman Reigns at some point is going to go after Cody Rhodes or CM Punk for one of their championships. And as for Jimmy Uso is just going to be there in the background, unfortunately. I do feel, though, that because of the inner turmoil that is more likely to happen on Team Cody, I'm going to give this to Team Brock Lesnar. I feel Brock team, and also because of the fact that Roman Reigns and CM Punk were in the last War Games last year and they won their match, I'm going to feel like they're going to lose this and it's going to cause problems with the champion side. So I'm going to give this win to Team Brock Lesnar. With all my predictions now covered, stay tuned for my final thoughts. Congratulations to Maxine Dupree on becoming the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. But with all the targets on her head, how long will she hold the championship for? Thanks to AJ Lee, Becky Lynch lost her Intercontinental Championship to Maxine Dupree. When will these two finally get their one-on-one encounter? Can all these participants in this respective match get along, or will egos cost their respective sides the win? Time will tell in the War Games matches. Speaking of War Games, why is LA Knight not in it? I mean, LA Knight has his own problems with the Vision. Surely he should have been in the match. Jey Uso is. After Sheamus beat Nakamura to advance in the My Time Is Now tournament, it has been stated that he's injured. Or is he? Time will tell. Who will take Sheamus's place in the tournament? Could any one of these 6 men interfere in John Cena's match with Dominic? And which one will fight John Cena in his last match at Saturday night's main event in December? Before you guys leave, kindly do me the great honour by subscribing to my YouTube channel by clicking on subscribe, and by following me on my only social media platform of X at www.x.com/Manlykefresh. where you'll be updated with any future videos which are about to come out, whether it be my wrestling videos or my gaming videos or my top 20s. So until next time guys, see you at the next video. Look after yourselves and take care. Bye bye.